Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. It is Monday and it's the top of the week. And happy new year to everyone because Women
Happy New
in Blazers
Year.
is back. We're so excited to be number one in year 2023, but we're also additionally excited because we are kicking off the new year with Women in Blazers, getting ready for the Red Dress Experience, which is the number one conference for Black women in leadership. And hello, my name is Elisha V. Cash, and I am the host of the National Women's Empowerment Ministry Red Dress Experience, as well as the Women in Blazers live talk. And so tonight I am joined by the fantastic Katesha Anderson, who is going to bring us a lot of wisdom about vision. She is the founder of She Speaks Vision, and we thought it very perfect and ideal to have her kick off the first conversation for Women in Blazers, just kicking it off talking about vision. Many of you know that we start the year off with all types of new goals and new ideas that we have for our lives. And so the National Women's Empowerment Ministry thinks it's very important to make sure that we bring great talent to our platform that can help guide us with our goals and our initiatives, and especially know how to help us navigate that from a professional women's standpoint. So you all, please welcome to the platform Miss Katesha Anderson. We're so excited to have you on the Women in Blazers platform, which is our professional platform and conversation for women in business and women in corporate America. Welcome, Katesha.
Thank you for having me. I am so honored to be here.
Amazing. Well, we're so happy to have you. We're so happy to have you.
I'm glad to be had.
Well,
You've been
Katesha,
having these, and I've been watching them. And when you reached out to me, I said, "I made it. I've arrived." No.
well, number one,
So
one thing that
yes,
caught my attention is that you've always been a mover and shaker, and you always have been so excellent at what you have done as far as being in business. And the truth be told, that you were one of our first Women in Business Award recipients back in
yes, I
2019.
was.
And so
Yes,
we have been empowering women. We have been networking with you for quite some time. So we saw it fitting to have you be a part of our platform. You have been a part of our network since then. And so
yes.
many people ask a lot of times, Elisha, how can I be a speaker? How can I be a part of your network? How can we be a part of the Red Dress Experience? And I always say, come to the Red Dress Brunch. That is how you network with the women's empowerment community. That's how
Mm-hmm.
you're connected with us. We
Yes,
tend to pull from our network. We tend
yes.
to pull from powerhouse women such as yourself, who have been previous award recipients, who have
Yes,
been a part of what we've done. You've come back and you've been a vendor with us before. You've come back and
I
you
have.
supported us and you
Look,
attended last.
I'm about to grab this book. Look, I even bought your book that I got it even
Yes,
here. Look, let's see. I even bought the little
right.
red networking
Wow.
book.
Yes,
Yeah, so it's
absolutely.
it's not just I've anything you've done. I'm like I will support you because you've been doing a great thing for a long time. So yes, you're absolutely right.
We're so happy to have you. Katesha, tell everybody about you and about She Speaks Vision, your mastermind group. Please tell everybody about you.
Yes, so my name's Katesha Anderson. I am a native to Georgia, born and raised here, and so I've been here all my life. However, I have, I've even went to elementary, high school, college here as well, and so I have a BS in computer information systems, master's public administration and project management, as well as some other certifications that supported me in regards to my professional development when I was working in corporate America. 2017 was laid off, but I had a business plan to step into entrepreneurship, in which I opened a full service laundry. Um, laundry facility in which we service commercial and residential laundry through pickup and delivery. We also had a drop off component at our facility, as well as a laundromat in which people walked in and they self service themselves. And so, with that business model, I've always, I think for the last 20 years, I've always been engaged with bringing women together um, to encourage, create a safe space to share. And I've been doing that since I was in my early 20s. And I think it started just kind of as a ministry, and it was a fun thing to do. But I realized in, I say 2020, I had a fire. Well, 2022 is when I had the fire happen in my facility, which completely shut us down, and we're still shut down. In which it gave me an opportunity to pause and sit still and really think about what I really love doing. And I realized like I have not engaged that natural gift of mine, which was creating safe space for women. And so in 2020 is when I actually started that safe space again, bringing together a few women to encourage, support one another, and then it grew to more of a structured, I could say, program in which we said, okay, we're going to meet every quarter. This is what we're going to do when we meet. Yeah, we love to socialize, but really, we want to be intentional about meeting our goals and setting our vision. And so in doing so, we were doing vision boards, which I did my first one 20 years ago. Had a little break, but this time it was like, okay, let's all do it together. Did our vision board, and then there was some accountability that we had in place, challenge each other. And next thing it became one of those things where we were seeing results.
Well, one
You
of
know.
the things I think I heard you say
Mhm.
is that you had a setback, and then you pivot,
Mhm.
and then you got still, and you had set a new vision. And
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
a lot of times people realize, think when they come into life, life happens to us, and I always tell people, we have highs and lows when this thing
Yes.
calls life.
Yes.
But what I think I heard you say was life happened to you, but you got still. You found a place where you could get still, and out of sitting still came this mastermind group of coming together with other women, because you've
Mhm.
always been drawn to connecting with women.
Mhm.
And She Speaks Vision, like, tell me that name, She Speaks Vision. It's just so powerful,
Yes.
like,
You
where
know
did that
what?
come
I
from?
mean, I didn't, initially when I tapped on the ladies and was like, hey, let's do this, I didn't have a name. It was just like, let's just get together. But then, as I started just thinking, like, I was like, I gotta come up with something. And I'm like, what is it that, it has to be something strong. And it dawned on me one day because I was like, as women, we have to find our voice. I think just culturally, I mean, we tend to take a back seat. We're coming into our own, but in some regard, we still are either put in the back seat or we take the back seat, and not realizing that we have a voice, and when you find that voice, also being encouraged and not being afraid to speak up and speak out. And so in that, I then was thinking, okay, vision, goals. And I was like, okay, speaking, we need to have our voice. And then I'm like,
Yes.
okay, she speaks vision. I was like, okay, she speaks vision. And it was like, let me play a play on words. And then eventually I was like, you know what? That's perfect. And that's how I came up with it. It just kind of, again, it's just finding your voice, speaking up, speaking out, not being afraid, being bold. And I couldn't think of anything better but She Speaks Vision, and it's been that is who we are and what we are and what
Well,
we
let
do.
me say this. I love it. I'm a fan. I'm 100% fan. That is why I
Thank
had to
you.
have you come to our platform and talk today. It's
Hmm.
because I absolutely love it. Many people, in case you never met me, I am this ball of energy type person, and I love excellence. Anything that you can do in excellence, and I feel like my assignment has been to women, just as you spoke as well. I'm connected to women. This
Hmm.
is something that I know what my purpose is. I know what God has called me to do, and my calling is to
Hmm.
work with women. Community wise, nationally, on all types of
Hmm.
platforms. So
Hmm.
I love it. But one of the things I find is that we get lost in the vision places. And so that's why I know that you are an expert. You just had a event this weekend, a whole
Hmm.
vision
I
board
did.
party.
Hmm.
And one thing I have learned about vision is when we don't have vision for our lives, then we don't have anything to kind of drive the discipline that we need to do in things that we need to aim for. We don't know
Hmm.
what direction to kind of take. We don't know how to focus our talents and our energies and our abilities in certain places. And without a vision, we lack significant purpose, and we can be indecisive
Hmm.
and simply aimless, like just aiming at the air and, putting a whole lot of energy towards things and still not getting anywhere. And
Yes.
that's one of the reasons why I'm so drawn to She Speaks Vision. Tell us about your weekend event that you had with the Vision Board Party. Please tell us.
Yes, so it was 2023 Vision Board Brunch, Eat, Drink, Create. The purpose of it was to invite individuals to come who have done vision boards or have not done vision boards, and to create one. Little did they know when they were coming that it wasn't just about creating vision boards. So I had homework they had to do. I assigned them readings, The Strangest Secret, which I actually have this book right here, The Strangest Secret. They had to read that book. They also, or listen to it on YouTube. I also sent them 3 documents, which was what I call a goal, a vision jogger, well, a vision board vision jogger document. It was I sent them a monthly goal planning document, and also a document for them to write about, to reflect on 2022. So it was like, oh wow, we got to do this. Yes, we want to be intentional. It's not about just plastering pictures on a board. You want to be intentional. You want to reflect on last year, what went well, what didn't, what could we improve on. And then you want to also, with the vision jogger, sometimes you don't know, okay, what do I write down? What kind of goals? So, that jogger, it has different categories, lifestyle, education, family, spiritual, health and wellness. Those are things in which you say, oh, okay, yeah, that is something that I definitely want to work on. And so those are things that my registrants, they received prior to Saturday, and then when they arrived, they had brunch, they ate, they mixed and mingled, and then it was time to get our supplies. And while we were doing our vision board, I was calling individuals. They had no idea they were going to be called upon. you know Different individuals got up, and I said, hey, look, I want you to talk about one thing that is a success. Share with us a success, and then I want you to share your story. And so we had different people who were, of course, hesitant at first, and just women from different walks of life getting up and sharing their story. But one of the things that they said that was really impactful for them is that they had an opportunity to share a success. Because if we really think about it, a lot of us, we have successes, but it's very rare that we just get to talk about them freely without someone giving us a funny look, like, what are you bragging? Like, who she thinks she is? That wasn't the environment. People would celebrate. And once they told their success, everybody was like, "Oh yes, girl, go!" And it created just a very safe space for women to open up and share without hesitation
And
of
I
being
love it.
judged.
I love safe spaces where women can come together and
Hmm.
celebrate one another.
Yes,
That's one of the things that we believe right here in the National Women's Empowerment community. That
yes,
we're not each other's competition. We're each
we're
other's
not.
cheerleaders, right?
Absolutely,
And we're here to cheer
absolutely.
each other on and
Mhm.
celebrate the wins, and that we can do more together. We can go
Mhm.
further together as a team. And a lot of times, everyone wants to feel valued, everyone wants to feel appreciated,
Yes.
everyone wants to feel supported. And a lot of times, women are looking for that in support groups. And so that's wonderful that your mastermind group is able to kind of dive into that. And so when I saw that you were having your vision a board party, I knew it was going to be extensive. I knew it was going to be comprehensive. I knew it was
Mhm.
going to be more than just cutting out photos and putting on the board. I
Mhm.
said, Katisha's going to go deep dive on them. They don't even understand
Yeah,
what
they
they're
have no
in for.
idea.
They have no idea. And then when I saw that you had them read certain books before they came, I said, oh, that's going to mess them up all together. But I love
Mhm.
it because
Mhm.
we need that type of
Yes.
thing. Well, if you're watching us for the very first time, please share, because we're about to dive into 5 ways to set vision for your life in
Yes.
2023. And if you know someone that needs to set vision straight for 2023 to be successful, please share, please like our conversation, our Women in Blazers. We're so excited to have you. Say hello, drop some questions in the chat. We would love to hear from you. And so I want to say hello to Linda. I wanted to say hi to Robin. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so glad to have you be a part of the conversation. If you have any questions, please, please, please. We have 2 Lindas. Hi, Linda McKenzie. Yes, please make sure that you drop any questions in the chat. So, Katesha, how do we get vision? Just go ahead and tell the people, number one, how do we get vision?
Well, how do we get vision? I can speak. How I get vision is reading great books that promote growth mindset. I get vision by journaling, asking questions, and listening. I get vision by being still and
Mhm.
calming my mind,
Mhm.
by using my imagination and dreaming. I get vision by watching my children. Those are things that for me help me get vision. And as far as others, I'm sure those are examples. There's countless ways that
Yes,
people get vision.
yes,
Somebody might say, well, I watch my grandchildren, and so, I think it's just things that really at the heart of the matter inspire you
yeah. I
to.
think everyone, there's a sweet spot, where
Mhm.
you can find spaces, whether it's walking in a park or
Mhm.
whatever's quiet.
Yeah.
I get up early before everyone, before my whole household, and it's
Mhm.
my one-on-one
Yeah.
devotional personal time. And
Mhm.
when I'm having my coffee and the house is still,
Yes.
and so
Yes.
then I can really receive downloads, and I can think clearly. And that's, I think, you
Yes.
have to carve out that quiet time where you can,
Mhm.
silence the noise to
Yes.
have
Yes.
vision.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what I'm hearing you saying.
Mhm. Yeah. You
You
got to
know,
find what works for you because everybody's situation is different, and I think, but to your point, it's what will silence the noise for you,
yes, yes. I think
and
my grandma used
everyone
to say,
is
"Settle
everyone is
yourself, settle
different.
yourself." Right?
Yeah, you do. And so, it's just, but like for mothers, for us, when the house is quiet,
Yes,
well, that's always a great time for me, either early in the morning or even late at night, when
right.
everybody's asleep, and so, but yeah, I think really at the core of the matter is, if someone says, okay, how do I get vision? It's really at a point like what inspires you? What's that visual thing? Like right now I'm seeing you, but if I look past my laptop, I got plants. I love my plants. It's just something about them. I got my egg chair. That I love my egg chair.
Yes,
Somebody might say egg chair. Well, what does it for you? Whatever does it for you, you make sure you see that and you have that, because it is that's that inspires me. And so, but yeah, like you said, what is that thing that brings you joy? What creates a stillness for you? What calms your mind? If it's
That
staring out the
space.
window, looking at the lake,
Yes,
or
looking at the
looking at a
lake,
tree. Yeah.
walks, wherever that space that
Mm-hmm.
allows you to carve out that alone time, that
Mm-hmm. Yes.
really be inspired. You can tap
Mm-hmm.
into your creativity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
indeed.
it could be your favorite bookstore or your
Mm-hmm.
favorite coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like to people watch, and that helps give
Oh
them
yes.
inspiration. It's so many different ways
Mm-hmm.
to get vision. What are 5 ways to set vision for your life in 2023? So if people can walk away from our conversation tonight knowing what those ways are, what are 5 ways that can people can help set, especially women, to help them set vision for their life in 2023?
Well, I would say, first off, you want to, I'll ask someone, to think about, what matters in life for you. How should you live your life? I mean, there's no wrong answer, but, I think, everything starts with questions regarding yourself. How do you view your life? What matters to you? How do you want to live it? And then two, once you ponder over those questions, and I say, hey, make a wish list of things. If you could be anything or do anything, what would it be? Where would you go? What would you have? Just use your imagination and just dream. And just write down whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
um, hmm?
Yes. What else? Come on, give it to us.
And then I would say the third thing would be to prioritize those things. Prioritize that wish list. What can you achieve in 30 days, 3 months, 1 year, 5 years? You know, Take all those things you just written down and just kind of, it's like you create like a quadrant, and you say, okay, 30 days, list out those things. That's 3 months on the other side, list out those things. Then on the upper right, 1 year, list down those things. And then in the quadrant that's left, that 5 year, list down those things that you want to achieve. And you might want to also have one that says lifetime. You just list all those things. If you were to stand, if you were looking backwards on your life and say, okay, what is it that I would want my legacy to be? And that can be a list. And that's what you want for your lifetime. And then fourth, I say write a plan. There's a saying that says a goal. If you don't have a plan for your goal, there is it's nothing. And so you gotta write, as they say, people saying, write a plan, make a plan. And it's true. So you write your plan as far as how you are going to, how you want to achieve those things. And then fifth and foremost, I think is very important. You need to build a system to help you stay accountable and to remind you of your goals. Because I think the thing about it is that, you go through all that work and it sounds good and it looks good, but then you don't know how to implement it at all, because you don't have a system, you know, to help you stay accountable and to remind you.
Well,
And
that
that's, huh?
Well, Linda, it's funny that you said that because Linda just stated focus, stay focused, stay focused, which is so true. If you don't have a system in place to help you with that focusing, because
Mm-hmm.
naturally
Mm-hmm.
women, we are what we call multitaskers, right? And which we have now found in 2023 that being a multitasker may not be such a good thing,
No, it's not.
we can have our hands in so many different
No, I remember once upon a time, I thought that was like, oh, if you can do all that, you're great. No, not at all. That was the biggest lie. The
right?
biggest lie.
We had all these pots going and all these baskets going, and
Mhm.
but they were all unfinished. They were
Yeah.
baskets that kind of started but unfinished. And so that brings me to my next question. Let's talk about implementation. I hope everybody wrote those 5 things down, 5
Mhm.
ways to set. If not, we'll kind of drop it in the chat. um But let's talk about implementation. Now that we
Mhm.
have written a vision, right? What are some tools? Because you mentioned tools to make sure that we carry out the vision. Because I have a lot of friends that have vision. I have a lot of friends that have dreams and big goals. And so, the truth is we are strong in the first quarter, right? January, February, and March, we got a vision. We got a financial vision. We got
Yeah.
a weight loss and health vision, right? Then we have a savings and travel
Yep.
vision, and
It's
then we have
all
an
yes.
education
Yes.
vision. I mean, we have so many,
Yes.
we have a whole plan, but then
Mhm.
somewhere April kind of kicks in and we have lost hold of the vision because we didn't put anything in place to make sure that we implemented the vision and we had success. So talk about implementation so we don't lose the vision.
Yes, so you talked on tools and you said what tools. And so, I had the vision board brunch, and the vision board is a tool as well,
Yes, it
but
is.
it's not the only tool. I mean, you can have a beautiful, like you see above me, that's my vision board,
Yes.
and it's something that I see on a daily basis. But the vision, your vision board, it's not a breakdown, and that's where, you have to, write out the plan on how you can, my vision board, beat those items that I have all on my board. And so with that, you have calendar reminders, you have task lists, you have your monthly planner. I have, I have my planner, my She Speaks Vision planner,
Oh, I
you
love
know.
it.
Yes. Then I also have my She Speaks Vision journal as well. So and then and the great thing about those, they're small enough to fit into my purse.
Yes.
So I look at it every day. Tools as well. I can also show you. I have on my desk. I have quotes, and it's a calendar actually, and it has the dates at the bottom. Those are tools that you can use because they have different quotes to encourage you and inspire you. But those type of tools, those are tangible tools. But you can have a mentor is a tool. A mastermind group is a tool. And so, because those are people that can poke you and pinch you and remind you as well to help you stay on track in regards to implementing those items. One of the things that I noted earlier that I said I sent documents to my registrants, those that attended. The 30-day, there was a monthly goal document I sent them. There was also a 30-day challenge document that I sent them. There's on the internet, you can find all these free templates for making sure that you write your vision, you can implement your vision. I mean, it's just a lot of tools, and they're free. Again, like I said, you just have to use them. You just got to use them.
Well, I love it because I love all your tools.
Mm-hmm.
We need every last one of those. The journal is important.
Mm-hmm.
The planner is important.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things, those affirmations are important.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things are very important. To the mastermind group for
Mm-hmm.
accountability.
And Alicia, I forgot to mention, some
Yes,
people, they use their phone too,
yes,
Google Calendar. I use the Notes
yes,
app in here all the time because if
yes,
if I don't have anything to write with, I just write it in here.
yes.
So because some people are digital, some people are paper. I'm a mix of both. I
Me
can't
too.
I can't be all of one.
Yes, me
So.
too. I am the same way. I still like to read books. I like to
Mhm.
turn the pages, but your
Mhm.
girl is on she operates real in a lot of different arenas. So sometimes I have to have Audible too. So
Oh, I have Audible too.
well,
Yes,
I get it.
absolutely.
I totally
I
understand.
absolutely it is. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that because I might have these books, but I typically do the Audible first, and then
Yes,
I buy the physical book
yes.
where I then take my notes. But absolutely, Audible is, and if you can't afford Audible, you got YouTube. YouTube has books the Audible of books as well.
Well,
So
we
there's no
appreciate you
excuse.
so much, Katesha. You have
Hmm.
brought so much clarity to how we should kick the year off with speaking vision and using our vision boards to not only just be decorations, but also to
Hmm.
help us. It's an actual tool to help us have a
Yeah.
visual picture of our goals and our dreams and things that we want to put in place for 2023. Please tell people how they could connect with you, because what I do know is, just like we are in Atlanta, Georgia, and in about 3 minutes, a very important game is about to happen.
Yes,
Uh,
it is.
go dogs already. And so I'm getting text messages and people are dropping things in the chat. We love She Speaks Vision, but go dogs. And so we're saying go dogs. Before we go,
Go dogs.
please let everyone know that's watching how they can be connected to you. And if they want to join your mastermind, because I know this will be on replay, people will come back and watch it later. Please let them know how they can connect with you if they would like to join your mastermind group, or if they want to know more about how to set a vision in 2023.
So I can be found. She Speaks Vision can be found on Instagram, and She Speaks Vision is a group, and an aspect of it is mastermind. So we have a broad vision, and then there's a mastermind aspect in which it is an invitation only group, because it's important that you align yourself with like-minded individuals. So it's not one of those you can just jump into it, and no, it's not. But I did want to say, because I know time is ticking, but I wanted to make a distinction that, that people understand the difference between goals and vision, that there's a difference, but there's a relationship, and that your goals are their individual experiences and accomplishments you strive for. And your vision is the bigger picture. It's your why. So, so it's very important that we understand those two things, the difference, and then how they relate to one another. But yeah, She Speaks Vision at Instagram. That's where you can, like us, follow us. You'll find out about, other events that will be, planned in the year.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, the Women in Blazers platform,
Mm-hmm.
hosted by the National Women's Empowerment Ministry. If you're watching us for the very first time and you want to know more about what our community has to offer, please text the word brunch to the word right before you to
Mm-hmm.
join our Red Dress Experience community, where we bring women such as Katesha to our platform
Yes, you
on
all need to sign up. I've gone twice, and I'm telling you, it is awesome. Alicia has done a fabulous job in creating this experience for women. So if you've not signed up yet, sign up for Red Dress at the Avalon and Alpharetta in February.
Yes, and we hope to see you soon to be a part of it. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Linda, Stella, Jabrea, everyone. Good night. And thank you, Katesha. Please don't be a stranger. We want to have you back. We have to.
Alicia, come on.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, come on.
But thank you
You,
so much.
you
Thank
know.
you, Robin. Can't wait to see you at the
Yes,
Red
thank
Dress.
you all for joining as well. Thank
Thank
you all for
you.
joining.
Good night.
Good night. Go dogs.
Go dogs.